we're back. Blue collar whiskey drinkers here. So we went ahead and poured our Buffalo Trace with Coke, and we're going to be competing with the Bulleit Bourbon Frontier whiskey. So,
yeah,
we're excited. These two have been neck and neck so far with the neat.
literally
Literally
right next to each other.
Same
because they both had their
scores.
downfalls. Like they both had the things that we were like, this was better, this wasn't better. So
Yeah.
they're just
so
right there.
They ended up being ties so far. Let's see.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
So, again, Buffalo Trace right here.
Honestly, this tasted just exactly how I expected it to on Coke. This is a pretty good whiskey and Coke. Yeah. I enjoy the taste.
You get that up front, like right away, that Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. But I think the flavors really mesh well with the Coke.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you guys are just tuning in to this episode, this is Buffalo Trace Kentucky straight bourbon. So this is our versus series. We pitted this one up against Bulleit, and yeah, so go back to our other episodes. Yeah, we ranked it on neat. We will have old fashioned and on the rocks coming up
on our second
versus those. So yep. So going back to this, man, this is a really good whiskey and Coke.
Yeah, it's solid. I think it's gonna be close again. It's gonna be close. I mean, granted, Coke, there's not a ton of difference, but it is. You do get that Buffalo Trace taste through the Coke. It doesn't totally get washed out.
Honestly,
a lot of bourbons do. They get washed out, or they a lot of whiskeys get totally, overpowered by the Coke.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of worried about the Bulleit now, with how quick the finish is on that. There's almost no finish. I'm kind of worried. I'm worried that the Coke may overpower it. This one here, you get a good whiskey flavor, and it sits with you. You're drinking a whiskey and Coke, and a good one at that. So
yeah, that's true. Exactly. I kind of agree with you. I feel like I don't want to put it out there too much, but I could see it fading for sure.
Yeah. So
overall, I like it.
So far, I know this is we're just getting started in the review on these. We've only done neat. Now we're doing Coke, but this is a good one on Coke. This is one I would go to if I wanted Buffalo Trace to go to as a whiskey and Coke at a get together or whatever. It has a good frothiness to it. Like it's all over the glass.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's got a good frothy.
So like you've always pointed out in previous episodes that really honestly almost gives a good indicator of a good whiskey and Coke. We haven't necessarily had a terrible one that has had a good frothiness. So
no, it's I don't know what it is. I would like to know, maybe somebody that knows like the chemical make of why it frosts more. I think I read it once, but it's, I don't know. I think it might be something in the like the rye grains or the malted barley that's in there that kind of frosts it more. I don't know. Or it could just be you mixed it. When you mix it, you're not supposed to like really mix it. You're just supposed to like toss it around a little bit.
And that's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
So whenever I pour, I always pour whiskey first, pour the Coke on top of it so it gets a good flow. And honestly, I just push the ice down a couple times to get a good stir. And I make sure I hit it at an angle so the ice is turning. I got a big ice ball, if anybody's wondering. So to me, that's been the best way to mix my whiskey and Cokes. If I have an ice ball, if not, I'll stick a little spoon in there, do a quick turn.
Yeah, quick, like just knocking the ice around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well,
you first.
I'll say this is we kind of called it. This is, I think the Buffalo Trace is going to get better as we go. I went ahead and wrote down a 4.2 Coke for this. This is one of the better whiskey and Cokes, and it's a $24.99 bottle, so it's not breaking the bank or by any means. Fairly cheap bottle, and if you're just looking to not drink a whiskey just by itself, but you're wanting to mix it, I would grab this. This is another one I would grab.
Yeah,
so it's up there with a couple of the others we have. So I'm actually building up quite a few whiskeys I like. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'd grab that for a whiskey and Coke. And whenever I'm picking out our whiskeys or I'm looking for them in the store, I'll see like some of the whiskeys we've talked about, and it's like, yeah, that's a good whiskey and Coke. So, or even a good old fashioned whiskey. So
yeah. We haven't done it yet in the show, but yeah, the Old Forester 86 proof we kept talking about.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that today though, about getting that on soon.
Yeah, we will.
That may be the next verses.
Yeah,
maybe.
But that's a solid Coke.
I have a feeling that whiskey is gonna really surprise us on how good it is.
Yeah.
We already know it's good, but sitting down and doing it like this, guys, it's way
Much
better.
different.
I really appreciate a whiskey doing it this way. And that Old Forester 86, I'll be honest, we haven't done a review yet, but that is almost my go-to right now because it's a cheaper bottle. I know I'm going to be mixing it, so it's like, I'm going to grab this. So I'm really excited to do that one. And honestly, even if it's not the next one, I'm going to hold off on buying it for a while because I want to come in clean slate.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Which it's been a while. I haven't had it in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks for me too.
So. All right.
So
what do you think?
Gave it a 4.2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not. For Coke, I think it's solid. I was at a 4.
Okay. So what were you leaning towards? A low 4 or a high 4?
Probably a high 4. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I feel like it's got a lot of good traits in Coke or in a mix as a mixer for sure.
Well, I could drink it. Think about it this way. Would you be willing to go drink another one of these whiskeys and Coke? Like whiskey and Coke?
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. But
I'm just saying, is it good where, good, I had one, or is it good, I'm going to go have another?
Yeah, it's good enough where I would want another one. But if I had another bottle, like more my go-to, I would choose that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
But it's good. It's got the Buffalo Trace flavor, which I like it. Yeah, it's kind of like just middle for me, middle ground there.
Okay.
It's not overwhelmingly great, but it's like I really enjoy it and would definitely drink it again.
Okay,
This
so
way.
you want to settle on a 4? That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. No, I mean I'll settle at in the middle if you
Yep.
want.
I already circled it 4.
All
It's a
right.
good high 4. Let's put it at that. I put it at 4.2, and that was max. I was maxing it out, but 4, I think it's solid. It's still 4 out of 5. It's still a really good whiskey. So whiskey and Coke.
I do like the finish of it.
That's what I'm saying. The finish on this is good. It after I finished it, it made me wanting another.
Has a nice finish for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not going to disagree with the 4. I think 4.2 is at its high end, like very tippity top. But
Tippity top, yeah. Like I said,
I think settling at a 4 is good.
Yeah. So, I think we're ready for the Bulleit.
Yeah, let's
about you?
do this Bulleit. Let's so before we could do this, do you think it's going to be better? Or does it just have a lot of work to do?
I don't know, man. I think it
has a lot of work to do.
I think it has a lot of work to do, but I'm just trying to remember from when I used to, like, the last time I had it. I know I probably had it with Coke. Probably the last time I had it. I'm trying to think, it was probably pretty good. So we'll see.
We'll see. Alrighty.
We'll see. All right.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Hey, everybody, we're back with the Bulleit Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. So we've poured our whiskey and Coke, and again, it's competing against the Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
What do you think, Robbie? After pouring it, I got a good frothy on this puppy.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a little bit. It's not as good as the Trace, but it's a little bit. We'll see once you start sipping it. Sometimes it comes out a little bit better.
Yeah, it's topped off. So. All right, man.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. Yep.
It was everything I fucking called it.
Well, hey.
Listen, it's good. I just knew the finish was going to play a factor on this Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get a little bit of whiskey, but then you get honestly, you get more flat Coke. Even though my Coke's fresh, it tastes flat. So
I agree.
It's
good.
It is good.
A little disappointing.
There's just no finish to it. There's nothing that carries it.
I mean,
it is somewhat frothy.
Maybe if you like it like that, where it's
quick and to the punch.
Yeah, if you don't like it in any whiskey or flavor of whiskey at all. I mean, you get some flavor, but
no. Again, it's all at the beginning. It's
just boom.
Initial. Yeah.
And it does, like you said, it kind of flattens out the Coke, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So,
but still good.
It's not terrible. It shouldn't be. If you guys are listening to this and thinking like, "Oh, sounds terrible," don't listen to it that way. It's still good.
It's still good. It's just not as good as the Buffalo Trace as far as coming through the Coke.
So, which you got to think, as neat. Bulleit was a little bit better just because the flavors and everything. Buffalo Trace still had that good finish, but
Yeah.
once we switched over to Coke, Buffalo Trace's finish kind of bumped it up quite a bit for us, for me anyway. And then the Bulleit, unfortunately, that finish is not there. The flavor's there initially, but it's so quick, and the Coke is flat, like tastes flat. So it's, to me, not as good as it could be.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel the end of this. Almost tastes like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like not a great ending.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like, how would I explain it? Like dirty water. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just got a kind of not great finish to it that I get. So
I will say this. This may, I don't know. So I usually pop in a little Zen once in a while playing games. I was going to say this may be a good one, but I still like the whiskey flavor if I pop those in. So I don't know. It may be one of those ones that could sip on if you're like even smoking a cigarette may be good to have. But
yeah,
I don't know. I definitely like the whiskey flavor if I pop in the Zen or even, any kind of tobacco product with cigar. So cigar, I'm fucking smoking just straight whiskey. Smoking, drinking.
the more I drink,
But
the more I drink it, the more I don't like the finish.
the more I drink it, the more I don't like the finish, but the more I like the initial taste.
Yeah, I mean it's good right off the bat.
But it's just so disappointing because you taste it and you're like, oh, it's gone. Like, that's how it is. It's like, oh, that's good. Oh, it's gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's it's a letdown. It brings you up to here and then it's just straight right back down.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
so
on that note,
yeah.
3.6.
That's what I wrote. So
Fuck, man. Kind of bummed that it scored that low, but
I will say this.
I haven't had it in a while. I know why now.
The finish may be a problem with on the rocks, but old fashioned, it may beat it. I don't know. I haven't had a Buffalo Trace old fashioned, so it's hard to say. But I've had a Bulleit, and Bulleit's good. I enjoy that old fashioned. So
no, I think this will be solid.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
gonna be different.
It's just not it with the Coke.
Yeah. It just made it flat, and
yeah, it's so funny how different. Maybe it's the different like amounts of like the barley and the rye and the
oh, definitely.
Like that kind of like affect how that flow of the whiskey with the Coke goes.
Definitely. I already know that's it's all the ingredients that goes into it, how long it was aged, even though these are fairly similar in age. Bulleit's 6, the other one's 8. So very similar in alcohol content, so it's all the other ingredients that plays a factor.
Yeah. All right. Well, so tune in to our part 2 of this episode with the old fashioned and
on the rocks.
On the rocks. So that's gonna be exciting, man.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I'm excited for the old fashioned. I think we're gonna actually have a good dogfight on that one. With the flavors of the Bulleit versus the finish on Buffalo Trace. Don't get me wrong, Buffalo Trace still has good finish or good flavors, to me, Bulleit beats it.
I think the scoring on the ice is going to be vastly different.
Yeah.
And I also think, I don't know, I think Trace is going to pull it off in both.
I'll say this. I think overall prediction, I think dogfight, old fashioned, Trace wins rocks and just kind of wins overall. But I think that old fashioned is just going to be, honestly, I think they're both going to be really good, and it's going to be a tough one to judge. Just because you get the good, like, there's a lot of good flavors with the Bulleit, and that's going to mix well. You got the bitters, you got everything else in the old fashioned that's going to help with that finish. So I don't think that's going to be an issue when it comes to the old fashioned. But that Buffalo Trace has that good finish, has good flavors, but not as good as the Bulleit. So it's just going to be a little rocky. I think it's going to be tough. Like, it's just going to be neck and neck right there.
I think it'll be close, but we'll see though. I mean, Bulleit could surprise us and show its colors, through the old fashioned.
I hope so. I really
and
do.
Maybe even through the ice. We don't know yet. We'll find out. Because we've never really sat down and gone through all these, tastes. Tasting it and then reviewing it and then back to back like that, so it's gonna be fun.
I agree.
Dude, like we said last episode, it's all real time. Our authentic review, no scripting going on here, you guys.
Yeah, we don't try it beforehand. We don't come in with what we already know, like anything. We're trying it with you guys. We tried 4 different ways. That's our biggest thing that separates us. From what I've seen, a lot of them just do it one way. They don't sit there and try it neat or on the rocks.
They might do it on the rocks too, but
it's very rare. It's very rare.
Yeah.
But we're trying in multiple different ways. We're trying to find a good whiskey. Of course, all around whiskey that's good at everything, but hey, this whiskey's good neat. So if you just want to drink it neat, buy this one. If you like it on the rocks, buy this one. If you like good Coke, old fashioned, buy this one and this one. So
if you want an all around good whiskey, buy this one.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned. Next episode, we are going to be reviewing Bulleit and Buffalo Trace. That will be the part 2. We will be doing on the rocks, old fashioned. So we're both looking forward to it. Let us know what you actually think about it on neat and Coke if you try these 2 whiskeys.
Thank you guys. Tune into part 2 of this battle here of the Versus series, and give us a like. All right, guys.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Cheers.